Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Poddar. So today I am going to discuss about unit number 2, the software requirement analysis and specifications, lecture number 17. So the contents that we are going to discuss in this video is the other approaches for analysis and the data flow diagram. So there are other approaches for analysis. So the basic aim of problem analysis is to obtain a clear understanding of the needs of the clients and the users, desire from software and constraints on the solutions. Now the analysts have to ensure that the real needs of the clients and users are uncovered. Now the basic principle used in analysis, that is divide and conquer, that is partition the problem into subproblems and understand each subproblem and its relationship to other subproblems to understand the total problem. States and projections are used in partitioning process. Now we go for what is called as data flow diagram. So as you can see here, there is a data flow diagram. Okay, so it shows the weekly pay of a worker or whatever the process takes place in a factory. So it is commonly called as a problem analysis, so DFD. So it is very useful in understanding the system and can be effectively used during analysis. Now it views the system as a function that transforms the inputs into desired outputs. Now the agent that performs the transformation of data from one state to another state is called as a process or bubble. So you can see here the get employee file. Okay, so it is called as a process or a bubble. So it is a process get employee file. After, if it is overtime rate, you will get an overtime pay. So whatever the bubble shape is there, it is called as a process or a state. Now DFT shows the movement of data through the different transformation of processes in the system. Now the processes are shown by named circles and data flows are represented by named arrows entering or leaving the bubbles. So as you can see here, the get employee file, if you pay rate, you will get a weekly pay. So weekly pay and get employee file are process as well as pay rate. As you can see here, these are the data flow. Now the rectangle here represents a source or sink and it is a net originator or consumer of data. Now whatever the rectangle you are seeing, it is a worker, so it is originating from worker. So all the three processes are related to the worker. So worker is a source or sink, or you can say a sink. Now in DFT there is one basic input flow. Okay, the weekly timesheet which originates from source worker. As you can see here, the weekly timesheet, it is originating there are three data flows: employee ID, regular hours and overtime hours. So worker is the source, that is the input data flow. It is from the source worker. Now in the system, first the employee record will be retrieved. Okay, you can see employee record will be retrieved using the employee ID, which is contained in the timesheet. From the employee record, the rate of payment and overtime are obtained. Now these rates are regular and overtime hours from the timesheet are used to compute the pay. So based on that, the data we compute the pay. Okay. So after the total pay is determined, taxes are deducted. So to compute the tax deduction, information from the tax rate file will be used. The amount of tax deducted is recorded in the employee and company records. Okay, from the company records you can get the tax. Now in this video we have discussed about general structure of SRS document, one organization of specific requirements. Thank you.